everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zuri. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, you are welcome back. Over the past few years, we have seen a significant increase in the number of Nigerians moving to the UK, and in as much as new immigration policies are popping up, it can be really confusing, especially with the policies and the new policies actually that make things a bit confusing for us. With changing regulations and a constant influx of new policies, it's easy to be overwhelmed. Can we come with our family? Can we not come with our family? What visa type can we come under? It's a whole lot, okay? And so that is why, like I always say, I have got you. I have compiled a list on my laptop here, a list to some of the easiest and most straightforward immigration routes for anyone that still wishes to go to the UK. Okay, so that's basically what we're talking about today. It's going to make it easy for you to pick the best route that suits you. All right, before I go on, if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. My name is Zuri, and on this channel we talk travel, immigration, visa tips, and foreign opportunities. If this is something that you would like to be a part of, please join the community by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be updated whenever I drop new posts and new foreign opportunities. All right, so let's get into it. Now, this is how we will do it on this video, okay? First of all, we will list the route, the immigration route. We will talk about the eligibility requirements so that you know if you're eligible for it or not. Then we will talk about the major advantage of going this particular route, okay? And please listen for the last one, because the last one is extremely important. I'm sure you're going to find a route that is very suitable for you, especially if you are interested in moving to the UK. If you know somebody that's interested in moving to the UK, please share this video with them. All right, let's get right into it. I have my laptop here. The very first route I wrote here is the skilled worker visa. Now, this route is very perfect for those who already have a job offer from a UK employer. Let's talk about the eligibility requirements, okay? The first one I wrote here is, of course, you need a job offer. Second one I wrote here is that you must meet the minimum salary threshold. Okay, what I call the going rate. Okay, what's called the going rate? It's normally above, I think, £25,000. Okay, you must actually meet the minimum salary threshold for you to be eligible for this visa. Okay, and the language requirement is that you have to have proficiency in English. So if you're asked to have, to write IELTS, you might have to write IELTS. Okay, that is IELTS. Now let's talk about the major advantages. Okay, this visa can actually allow you to work and live in the UK and possibly bring your family along as long as you meet the minimum threshold. All right, so let's go with the next one. We have the health and care worker visa. Now, this kind of visa is tailored to majorly the medical practitioners or the caregiver. Okay, now in order to be eligible for this job, you need a job offer from the NHS or an NHS supplier or a company in adult social care. All right, especially if you're a nurse or you're a caregiver, you need a job offer from one of these organizations. All right, now let's talk about the occupations. It's basically for doctors, nurses, health professionals, adult social care workers, caregivers, and so on and so forth. All right, let's talk about the advantages of this particular visa route. Okay, now the first advantage is that it gives you a faster processing time. This visa route gives you a faster processing time because these are one of the most in-demand jobs right now. Okay, so it gives you a faster processing time and you would be exempt from the immigration health surcharge. Okay, so if you're a care worker and you still want to go to the UK, then this route is very, very good for you. Now, the number 3 that I wrote down here is for the Tier 4 visa, which is the student visa, for those who are still looking to study, especially those aiming to further their education. Now, let's talk about the eligibility. Okay, for you to be eligible, you have to have a confirmation of your acceptance of studies, which is CAS, from a licensed UK educational institution. Okay, so with that CAS, you know that you are eligible to actually apply for a student visa. Now, you need to understand English, you need to show your English proficiency, you also need to have good financial standing. Now, I created a video not too long ago talking about proof of funds, okay? Mistakes that we make with proof of funds, how to grow your proof of funds, they're all in one video, okay? Where I teach you how to grow your proof of funds, and I also discuss mistakes that people who want to travel, make with proof of funds. So please go watch that video before you apply for your student visa, okay? It will really help you. Now let's talk about one of the major advantages of the student visa. For a lot of people who have probably been trying to work in the UK and are not able to, this student visa is going to allow you to work part-time. Although you have to be very careful that you don't neglect your studies while working, because you could totally lose your admission if you do that, okay? So this is one major advantage of this package. Now, number 4 is the global talent visa. If you're a leader or a potential leader in your field, then you want to consider the global talent visa. A lot of people don't really know about it, but this visa is also in existence, okay? Now let's talk about the eligibility. You must be endorsed by a recognized UK body in your field for you to be eligible for the global talent visa. If you want, I can make a whole video talking about the global talent visa, how to apply for it, and so on and so forth. Okay, I would be happy to do that. So if you want that, just drop it in the comment section and say global talent visa or global talent. Okay, I'll definitely respond, and if I get enough responses for the global talent visa, I'm going to create a video on it to talk about how you can, be eligible for it. But basically, the process is not so cumbersome, okay? The first step is for you to get the endorsement, and the second step is for you to make or create the visa application, okay? So that's basically it. The major advantage of this kind of visa is that you are free to work for any employer, okay? You don't even need a job offer. I know that is music to some of your ears, right? You don't need a job offer for this. You're free to work for any employer. Once you have your endorsement, you are good to go, okay? Your endorsement, then your visa application. All right, now let's talk about number 5, entrepreneurs. This one is for you, so listen up, okay? Now I wrote down here the startup and innovator visa. The startup and innovator visa is a program that is for entrepreneurs, those who are looking to start a business in the UK. This is the program for you. All right, I don't know if you want me to maybe create a document for this as well. All right, so you just let me know if you would want me to also create maybe a checklist or a video talking about the startup and innovator visa, okay? But basically, these visas require endorsement as well by an authorized body, and you need to have enough money, okay? That's one of, I don't know if it's a disadvantage or a challenge, but you need to have a minimum investment of £50,000. Okay, so if you have that money, then you are good to go, all right? But if you want me to create a video talking about the startup and innovator visa, please drop it in the comment section, okay? Just tell me innovator visa or startup visa, and I definitely will respond, okay? Now, the major advantage of this visa is that it can open the door to permanent residency, and it also gives you the opportunity to have a business in the UK, which is not a bad idea at all, right? All right, now let's talk about the last one. The last one, which I told you is going to be beautiful. Now, it is called the family visa. I know some of you were thinking that the last one is the seasonal worker visa. I'll get to that, okay? But this last one is the family visa. Remember, we're just talking about the major routes that have been long-standing, right? So the family visa is a visa that you get if you have a family member who is already a citizen in the UK or has a settled status in the UK, okay? And the major eligibility of this visa, you have to have a relationship to a British citizen. Maybe you're their spouse, you're their partner, you're their child or their parent, maybe you have a child for them, and so on and so forth. This visa also exists. I'm not telling you to go and start having children with British citizens, so I'm just saying, listen to my words and do whatever you want with it, all right? So this family visa is still in existence. Okay, now the major financial requirement is that the sponsor, which is your relative, must meet the income threshold. Okay, he or she must meet the minimum income threshold. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to do so much. And one major advantage of this visa is that it is not necessarily a work visa, right? And it could lead to permanent residence. Okay, it helps you to actually be well on your way to permanent residence. So it's a good pathway. It provides a good pathway for permanent residence. For those people who are expecting me to talk about the seasonal worker visa, I have a video on that already, and I'm going to link it in the description below. In this video, I only wanted to talk about the major routes that have been in existence. Okay, so please jump on one of these routes, and I'm sure that you will be successful. All right, now if you want me to talk about each of these visa types, because each of these visas, they have their own set of requirements, and they also have their own routes, and they have their eligibility requirements basically, and they have their own characteristics and policies that would fit your situation. So if you want us to have a private conversation, my email address is in the description below also, for you to send me an email or send me a message. Okay, and if you also want me to talk about any particular route, please send a message also in the comment section and mention the name of the visa, so that I know that this is the visa that you want to learn more about. So that's it for the easiest route to relocate to the UK for Nigerians in 2024. If you found this video helpful, please smash the like button and share it with somebody that you know would also be interested in the information that we have given out today. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated whenever I drop new international opportunities. Thank you for watching, and see you in another video.